All right, and welcome back to the SMB3 final here. We have our matchup between proa007 and MaCobra52. This is the tiebreak. We just witnessed an incredible best-of-3 matchup here between these two. Went to game 3, came down literally to the last seconds where MaCobra took it. And here we go. And I'm joined here for this match here by S. Diesel.
How's it going, Fred? Let's do this.
It's going good here, and we're starting out with a lovely water fortress here, the infamous World 3 water fortress. So it's a great little level to start on. Nothing too exciting, and we're seeing here already Pro is going to try to go grab a power-up here.
It's not a bad play.
Yeah, having that extra hit's always a good thing, and also helps you potentially get firepower later on. Not in this level specifically, but it'll... And with World 2, you got the fort was forced on them, but at least it'll take the key out of the equation later on, and hopefully it will be a reasonably quick path through here to get through World 2. So I got to play all 7 worlds. Again, out of order as you've been seeing. The locks potentially can block things. Beating fortresses can sometimes help you get a much faster path. As you see here, clearly it's blocking the lock to the rest of the world, so it might have to actually play nearly the full level. Looks eerily...
Is this? Yes. It looks eerily familiar for a reason.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, at least, I mean, you're not usually don't have the tiny cheeps or, you know, the Goombas swimming. I didn't realize Goombas knew how to swim.
They went to swimming classes.
Fair enough. Yeah. Nice little bouncer by Proa off of it. I always get scared to jump on the enemies in the water because if you, I'm always scared I'm going to take damage.
Yeah, if you go too low, you actually take damage. But if they're like a little above, higher to the shore, you can hit them on top. Beta level.
So this is one of the beta levels. This is a waterfall level, and this level didn't have any enemies associated with it when it was created. So it's pretty much a free swim up to the top. We had to do a tiny fix because the pipe was a little higher, and we discovered, thanks to one of the runners in our community, that there was a potential soft lock if you hit the pipe the wrong way, basically. So
I hit that once. Yeah.
It was not fun. Fortunately, we were able to fix that. So
yeah. I like that stage. It's a nice breather stage. And then you can, you know, compel yourself.
And then you deal with Boss Bass here coming up. Boss Bass is one of the most scary bosses. It's absolutely fun to see him around, at least as a commentator. As a player, I'm typically holding my breath. I realize when I get to the end of the stage and I'm realizing I'm completely out of oxygen.
Ooh, that was really close right at the end there.
Fortunately, Boss Bass likes to swim around and fortunately waits to the edge of the screen to turn around, so just enough time for these runners. And these runners are pros at this game. They know this game so well.
Yeah, and they've just done 4 matches back-to-back. They are on their prime right now.
Yeah, this is going to be a fun one here as we enter 5-3 with a star, but the Micro Goomba is potentially trying to slow down MaCobra there just a tiny bit.
5-3, you're going to be running left, you go down a pipe, and then you run right again. Oh,
and Boss Bass was there, but fortunately with the way the level's set up, he shouldn't despawn, so he should actually be sitting like way above them. If he was to, if somehow MaCobra was able to fly up, there might be trouble, but for the most part here, this will now be a safe second half of the stage.
Yeah, if you see him in the first part, you're pretty safe in the second part.
Until I start making his height change. Which could be fun.
Boss Bass falling into the pipe goes down.
I like that idea. So let's see what happens here. So MaCobra, again, with the 1-game playoff, you have to have a bit of... That was some nice dodging there.
That was really nice, yeah.
But it's going to be interesting to see the mentality some of these players have because, you know, again, this is a single game. Winner takes all.
Yeah.
You win if you... oops, as the... Okay, Firebro at least you can take care of. But, you know, what do? Do you make those gambles of kill some Hammer Brothers? You know, they could have potentially taken the pipe and skipped that if they'd wanted to. So.
Yeah, yeah. It's their gambling choices are definitely going to change here in the final matchup. Whether they, like you said, take a route diversion to Hammer Bro, etc.
Yeah, and actually, I think as it is right now, is it this is the other Hammer Pro.
Oh, nice little wall clip there.
Yeah. The level of play that we're seeing from these are just so amazing.
It's very impressive. Yeah, these guys are, like we've said before, they're the best right now.
Great, and so we've got a wand grab for World 1 here from MaCobra at 4:15 as Proa navigates this ugly, ugly, evil level of doom. I never liked this one as a kid. Always just difficult to get through alive. And even heck now, I still don't like it. I ate one of my jump inputs, I think, the other day, and I landed on one of the screws, and it pushed me through, and I fell to the ground.
Yeah.
It was actually during our matchup.
Yeah, that's right. I remember you telling me that. And that section's a lot harder because you're doing an auto-scroller, so you have to do all those jumps with when the screen transitions.
Yeah, so that's tough. So we're going now to World 5. That is, Pro takes at 4:53, so we got about a 30-second difference between these two.
Nice, like a two-jump there.
Oh, that was beautiful. You know, just seeing that vanilla skill, being able to hit that top jump, and
another
the subsequent one.
Very nice.
But that's the fastest way through this level is, going through the air. So any Lakitu jump that you can pull off helps out considerably, and getting the speed swim there.
Yeah, the less time you're in the water there, the better.
So just seeing the sheer amazing play that these runners have. They both bring, again, both these runners have been well versed in the randomizer, but also have phenomenal vanilla skill at this game. So.
Absolutely, yeah. Both of them are very well versed in any percent warpless, 100%. They know all the strats for all the levels. You just have to incorporate them in a randomizer setting the best way you can.
And then again, having that adaptability. There are runners out there who have the flexibility, who are really locked in on, okay, I know what I need to do, weapons press for vanilla, but then put them in a session where things change a little bit, and all of a sudden it can get there. MaCobra.
Yeah, that was a little close.
Scare there.
Yeah.
Boom's not bad if you can keep him. If you can just get the stomps right away, but once he starts moving horizontally, he can be
give
scary.
Him any movement whatsoever, it gets very twitchy.
Yeah, so Proa has about a 1-stage deficit here, but that can easily change. Okay, we can get an incredibly quick World 5 here, where you only have to get one more stage. So.
Yeah, very fast World 5. The tower stage, you can actually bypass it. You can walk right over it. The reason that is because when you finish the tower stage, it leads you to the pipe, wherever that leads to. So it's always an option.
Yeah, and sometimes you can even, in this stage, sometimes you have to fall down the paradox pipe to go up to the star world. So.
Exactly.
So there we go. Proa finishing that up. Presumably that's also unlocking something up in the sky. And MaCobra going to make the play on the hammer bro here. Let's see what this yields. It yields a star.
But probably definitely not what he wanted, but like we were saying earlier, this is definitely like a Game 7 decision right here. He wants an item that's going to help him out later.
Yeah, Pro made the same play earlier with the coin ship in World, in the World 2 as the first stage there, and also yielded a star. So I think the Hammer Brother was far enough right that we might not see. Well, we'll see if the Hammer Brother comes back left. We might see Pro make the turnaround to try to do that. Here's Roy. Roy is not doing earthquakes. 2 of the Koopa kids will earthquake. It's possible Lemmy will be one of the kids to earthquakes. You might only see one, but extra hit points there for MaCobra with a 737 coming in. And Proa is going back as well for the Sumo Bro there to take the Sledge Bro to take the star as well. So got some good invincible runs there, but now Pro's going to come through and hopefully quickly pass through this stage here. So again, it's probably about a 30-40 second lead here. They're maintaining the lead pretty much, but again, that's very easy to swing either way.
As we've seen the past few matches, yeah.
This has been an incredible set of things to deal with. And of course, we get bad humor from the princess there.
So 2 forts at the start here, too. I wonder if we're going to see MaCobra and Proa take both of them out, or just maybe do one and then proceed further and maybe come back and do the other if they have to.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because, I mean, that could be weighing both of their minds from an earlier matchup that they had with Proa taking that just about an 8:30 or so. But in the best of 3 matchup, they had one place where there were 3 forts early in World 6. MaCobra beat 1. Went to the end and found a lock and had to go back, whereas Pro cleared all 3 at the beginning. So it could be on the back of their mind about whether or not that's happening.
So MaCobra went ahead to take the bottom path, and he noticed when he did that fort, it did not break that lock that's right next to it. So he knows it's somewhere later on in the world.
Yeah, and actually you know that there's only 2 forts here. Oh no, North 6 normally has 10 levels. Never mind. Ignore me. Ignore me. I was miscounting my levels.
Yeah, this one has a ton of levels. Very long world.
Yes, 10 regular levels and 3 bonus levels as well, 3 forts. So incredibly, when you're playing vanilla, it's a very long split. But
No, okay. Seems he's gonna skip that hammer bow. He's gonna go ahead and take it.
Yeah, if you take the screen transition, you can potentially skip the hammer brother there, but you get a star.
It's a star so far.
He's trying to steal the show. He wants to be the star. I know, I should stop these jokes.
I don't think you've hit the end of your book yet. I think you still got more in there.
Huh? I know, I gotta give you some good punishment. A little fire chomp there, giving a little hug to MaCobra there. Proasing that, let's see what happens here. Again, this is gonna be an interesting thing here. Will Proa is taking that out, and it's a different fort. Oh, so this is a 3-fort level World 6.
Could be very interesting to see if that is going to block. We'll see if it did block something, because if MaCobra doesn't go back to do that for it, we'll see what that unblocked, or is it a bridge?
I mean, it might not seem like a lot, but the overworld traversal does take time, especially on this one where you just have to go so long. So it can actually be a good 40 seconds potentially. I mean, obviously it's the cost of the stage, but
yeah, sometimes just traversing the world map, is the course of a stage too.
So it should be. Well, we'll have to see what happens here. Okay, both of them finishing their levels at the same time. So again, MaCobra is looks like about 2 stages ahead in terms of the pathing on the overworld, but
I don't see any locks or open bridges in that screen, so it looks like it's going to be on the right-hand side near the castle.
So we won't know until the very end here. So
yep.
MaCobra's actually going to take out both Hammer Brothers and Cry at the... Wow.
All right, we're good. It's a little scary.
That is a very difficult...
The double fire bro is a nightmare, especially if you get it in like the low water.
Oh, the low water one. Yeah, that is nearly impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, so that pipe is not the pipe that they want to take to try to gain a little bit of time there. So they're gonna. So he'll be able to take this pipe, at least skip one stage, and we'll see if there's a lock or a bridge that he's gonna have to deal with. And oh, there's the lock. Okay, so this is actually gonna be a clean walk straight on.
Okay.
So.
Yep. So you made the right decision in skipping that fort.
Again, it's a randomizer. You could, if it had been the other fort, that would have been a. Again, it could have easily gone the other way.
That lock could have easily been positioned just a few spots to the right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, MaCobra there attempted the clip. You have to usually wait for the fire anyway, so you're going to typically see them try to make that clip through, which can potentially save a couple of seconds. And then here's Lemmy. And that's actually a good fight to be invincible in.
Just to be able to not worry about the bouncy balls there.
Yeah, so.
2-hitter Lemmy, very nice.
So nice easy kill there at 12-16. So Pro's making up a little bit of time. You're going to be trying to make up some time here on the remaining couple of levels. We'll have to see if, again, will Pro feel behind it all? Is he going to gamble on some of the... I mean, the Hammer Brothers may get in the way. Then that's a moot point about whether or not he's going to try to do that. But will he gamble here? Is he going to... Okay, never mind. The Hammer Brothers on the way.
Yep, he's got to do it. Yep.
Okay. But he'll take the first pipe here because he's hoping to get to the end there, and so he will actually finish. He won't have to play any more stages on this world, so he's not going to be too far behind here. I mean, he lost a little bit of time with the world clear. That's a nice backward slide though.
Next is 7. First stage is a fortress. That's actually kind of a good thing. A forced fortress in 7. Usually in most cases, when you get to the end of 7, there's a bridge you have to build to get to the castle or a lock.
Yeah, it's typically 7. I mean, 7 has 2 forts naturally. It could be anywhere from 1 to 3, depending on how the breakdown happens to go. But almost always, there's something near the end that ends up blocking it.
Majority of the time, like 90% of the time, yeah.
Well, it's guaranteed each world is part of the generation bit of this that that breaking a lock would save you. Breaking the correct lock or beating the correct fort and getting the right orb would save you a couple of stages.
Right. Pro taking on Lemmy here. He's got 2-hitter. Very nice.
All right, so Pro coming in there with a 13:51. So it's about a minute and a half gap. Oh, and that what turned out to be the correct decision.
Wow. Very fast 7.
Yeah, 7 can potentially be a nightmare, but in this case, and Boss Pass trying to say hi, but Mario said, nope, you're not gonna hang out here. Go home. Go back home to Bertha. MaCobra taking the safety strats here with the P-Wing. going through the World 5 ship here. So with the infamous Armada, as I remember it as a kid, always getting scared about that part because I would just get shot over and over by the fun thing there. Okay, and Ludwig also.
Two-hitter.
Two-hitter with no... Oh!
No!
And missed the...
Top of the screen
Missed
grab
the top
there.
of the screen. If you get the top of the screen, as we were saying earlier, you know, if you get the wand off the screen, then whatever the check it does would potentially save you a little bit of time there on the falling animation. So, you know, it's a couple of seconds there. You know, potentially save it, but just we're a little too high there and we didn't grab the wand. That king is saying some bad limericks, it looks like.
Just a bad one. Just one more.
Going down to World 3, so Proa should very shortly here find his way to the fort in to the castle in 7, so he won't have to be too far behind. And MaCobra kind of forced into this fort.
Going right into it. Now, there's 2 pipes at the start. He went to the first one. He didn't check the second one yet. So I think he's just doing this as preemptive, hopefully that he's eventually going to have to do it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad decision at all, especially with this. And so yeah, so Proa's going to come through and go quickly clear that stage.
Hey, there we go.
Also using the exact same star strats.
That's right.
That P-Wing could pay off, so we'll have to see what happens here. So again, a slight lead for MaCobra, but we have been seeing here, anything that even looks like a slight lead can easily turn around.
Absolutely.
There's a lockout there on the
boat island there.
So that means there's a second. Yeah, this is the second fort there. So
right there.
it is the starting pipe, I think.
So it's either this one or
I think it's got to be the starting pipe. So the starting pipe's your magic pipe out to Wendy.
There it is.
And it will probably, by having cleared that fort, I think it's going to be clear. So actually, we're going to have a fast World 5 here for MaCobra.
Very nice.
16-18 grab there with a really nice kill by Proa on Ludwig, and MaCobra entering now World 5. So again, this seed is blitzing along. It's got a very different feel than even some of the other ones that they've dealt with on the qualifiers.
Definitely so far, yeah.
Because we've been seeing certain ones there where you know, you have to play the entirety of World 2. You have to play, you know, go through the pipe maze to find where you're going in World 5, you know, World 7, World 6, World 3 even. And MaCobra doing a great job.
Very nice Wendy kill.
Killing Wendy with only 1 ring still on the screen, so 1656-ish grab there, so it is a phenomenal,
Very fast seed so far.
phenomenal playthrough there. So MaCobra's gonna get through World 5 here. Only 2 worlds left. We've got World 1 and World 4.
Yeah, and they've already got World 6 out of the way, one of the longer ones, and that didn't take them that long either, so they're looking really good right now.
All right, so Pro was exploring the pipes, has discovered the fact that he's gonna have to kill one of these 2 to be able to.
Should be the closest one to him.
It is it's the closest one. He'll take that, but I don't know if he'll know that that's the thing. He's still gotta go for. Oh boy!
Wow.
2 locks, 2 forts. I mean, you're pretty much forced to do this one first because if it's right, it works.
Yeah.
And if it's not right, then you still have to clear the stage at some point anyway. So
that was kind of my train of thought. I had that happen twice in my races today, and I always go for the bottom one first.
Yeah. If it's on your path, it's absolutely.
You might as well do it first.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It really, I mean, technically you could potentially save like 5 seconds on the overworld or something of like movement up and down because you have to go all the way back up. But really, it's
I mean, that's
minuscule.
Really minor. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's the wrong
there you go. Atlantis.
And we'll be seeing a quick death there. Again, this is one of the lost levels, for those who haven't seen it before, and it's an auto-scroller that takes a good minute plus. So
yeah. If you haven't seen it before, watch the race before this. They both did it.
Yeah, they both voluntarily went. Well, one of them didn't have a cloud, so they both voluntarily ended up going through Atlantis. So you can see what it looks like. It's actually an interesting, fun little one to play from a casual perspective.
Yes.
I've had people tell me that I'm insane for saying that, but yeah, there's Wendy there, and Proa had the fire, so was able to burn Wendy. Wendy cannot actually jump up there, so she'll just hop back and forth on the short end there. So it worked out really well with an 1847. So
about a 2-minute difference almost.
Yeah. So MaCobra's slightly extending the lead, but we're still, again, in the case where level 4 has potentially 2 or 3 forts, so we'll have to see what happens there. And then infamous World 8.
Always level 8. You always got to worry about World 8.
So this is again, these two runners were both seeded top 2 seeds in this tournament when they came in. They have fought through all the competition. They they met, I think, in the winners final and went to best of 3. They then have played through here again. Every other opponent they've managed to beat, and then they come in here and they did the best of 3, and it went 2-1 again. So essentially, it's 3-3 right now, with this being the final ultimate battle between them here at SGLive2019.
Oh my god.
I love it when Boss Bass ends up in that level.
Yeah.
And there's no cloud.
You know he was checking for a cloud right there. Absolutely.
He's going to hop to it right now and see what he can do. I think he was going to try to hug and get rid of the frog suit, but thankfully, of course, it was the wrong... Because you can't go hug. There you go.
There, he's taking the D-boost there. And he's going to want to take that shell with him, but...
Oh, or just clip
go
through
for the clip.
wall.
Okay, there you go. That works, too.
There is one, I mean, this is actually a great strategy because with Boss Bass spawned on the bottom, he will not come up top. So
right.
He won't despawn by being on the bottom. So keeping him down there is good. I do leave specifically that shell there just in case it's a bad enemy that appears down on the bottom. So you're always guaranteed a Koopa early in the levels, just in case.
You have something.
Yeah, so you at least have a weapon.
Yep.
Not saying it's always the best weapon, but you do at least have a weapon. So we'll see what MaCobra does here.
I think it's, yeah, to get rid of that Boss Bass.
Yeah, and no, you know what he's going to do? He's coming up here and he's going to sit. He's going to wait for Boss Bass to spawn, and then he's going to clip through the bottom. Okay, got it. So there we go. So now he's completely avoiding, again, mastery of knowing exactly what to do. As you see the little splash there from Boss Bass. Mm-hmm. So now he's going to come over here, and he's going to do a couple of runs back and forth to try to clip through. Depending on how quickly he's able to clip through, we might see some... potentially, that could give Proa a little bit of a chance to get back in here. There we go. Nice. Beautiful clip. And again, so Proa is actually, again, just think about this. Proa is entering that level right now, so we are not that far behind.
No, not at all.
And Proa is able to jump out of the way there. So MaCobra going through the clip there, and Proa, let's see how Proa is able to handle the fun of Boss Bass there. Proa is going to come down with the shell to shoot Boss Bass and take him out of the equation.
There he goes. Make the dodge.
Let's see here, getting back up before Boss Bass appears. Okay, so Boss Bass is back up now.
He does have the raccoon, so he can break this block here and skip the bottom section. And he can get P-speed and skip the latter part as well.
That's true, and that's a great... If he's able to do that, that's going to be a nice time savings there because, again, he can go through this here, and he's going to, as you said, run back up. He's going to let the timer run out on the P-speed so he can build that up.
There you go.
You won't have to worry about Boss Bass here at all. Just a little fly. Just make sure that Boss Bass gets out of the way. MaCobra taking about 22-18 there. Wand grab, and Proa taking that level out and gaining a considerable amount of time.
He definitely caught up a lot with that stage alone right there. Being able to use the P-speed strat in that stage saves a ton of time. Not only in Randomizer, but that is widely used in Vanilla as well.
Yeah, exactly. And this is, as I said, this is just one of the great things about these runners. They know what to do. They've done this Randomizer. They know the full game. So it's just phenomenal getting to watch this in action. So we got Proa. Okay, so this is looks like it's a force double pipe, force double fort in World 4 here.
Yeah, this looks like almost a potential, pretty much a full clear here.
So that'll give Execution a chance to come back into play here for these two. We've got Proa coming in here, coming down to the boss. Gonna take out good old Larry here with a single stomp.
One hitter.
And we have a 23-18. Ladies and gentlemen, this has gone from a 2-minute match to 1 minute difference. Yeah. Exactly 1 minute here. So keep staying tuned here. This is gonna be fun. We have this lovely fort here from MaCobra. He's seen this one way too many times today.
Yeah.
This has been a...
It's funny because you have a choice to get that raccoon suit and deboost your way across, or if you just don't feel comfortable making that gap jump, just ride the lever up.
Yeah, you can do both. Again, both of those methods work. It just comes down to comfort level here. And of course, this is the one you really hope is going to be either flower or star, because both of those give you a quick boom kill. But it is the leaf, and I can't believe I was about to make that pun, but sorry for the punishment, folks. I know. I think I've reused that one a couple of times today. I'm really sorry.
Sorry, it's very punny.
Well played. All right, there's the fun neighborhood Tanuki suit there from that MaCobra picks up. So again, this is going to be pretty much a vanilla. You have one cloud you can use, and MaCobra's going to take the pipe here, which will actually take him close to the end of the level here, and I think...
Take him right to the left.
Yep, just got to fight the Hammer Bro. So again, MaCobra's still pushing that advantage, but we still have World 8 to come, and World 8 is going to potentially significantly swing things either way.
And nice hammer there. That's going to come in handy for potentially World 8 as well.
World 8 has up to four fortresses, which either means 4 locks, or if they're on the final screen, we don't put locks there, we put bridges. And the bridges can't be replaced by the locks, so you actually have to go find the appropriate fort to build the bridge.
Not yet. They can't be.
Yeah, it's something people request.
I'll throw that in the request box there.
Yeah, I was going to say I can go in the box. I won't guarantee how...
It's not going to happen.
It's low probability. I won't deny that. But, you know, maybe. So here we go. We're fighting Boom Boom Boom. Let me hear you say Wayo. Cobra taking out the Boom Boom here. Proa uses the cloud as well to skip through. So again, just a one stage and possibly a Hammer Brother behind. And will he? Oh, the Hammer Brother's not in the way.
Wow.
So this is going to be interesting because obviously it's a time loss. We know that it would be possible. There's a decent chance it would be a time gain in the net with having the hammer.
Right.
But will it happen?
One hit. 608. Not bad. Well, Proa may just go ahead and force it, but I don't know. It depends on if he feels behind or not.
Yeah, really. I mean, again, it comes down to how do you feel here? Again, this is the final. It's one game. You know, all the previous matches have been best of 3. This is your tiebreak. This is the match. So, you have to pull out all the gambles here. Let's see what happens here. They're not going to run into each other. Yep.
Yeah, he's too far away.
Yeah, it is. It is. You can't. I mean, and you don't know what it's going to have. If you've been tracking items, you might be able to say that it's got a better, slim chance of having a better chance of having a hammer than before. But Pipe City is starting.
Okay.
So we'll have to see how Proa feels here. I mean, if you think you're behind. Ladies and gentlemen, that's now 45 seconds difference between the two. Proa gained 15 seconds on that level.
Yeah, he's closing the gap really quickly.
The gap is closing really quickly here.
Yep.
So the question is, if you think you're behind, you go from probably one of the later pipes because most people typically come in here and they grab the first pipe.
Right.
So there's a chance here, very easily, that Proa could take the different pipe here if he feels behind.
And I always think about that too. I'm like, well, what is my opponent doing? You should probably think about maybe I should try the other option. What I think my opponent will do. Maybe it'll play off. Yeah. It's a bold move, Cotton. Maybe it might play off.
We'll play. I'm just sad that one of the old men kings didn't give you that earlier on the seed.
Yeah.
Okay, so Proa has been handed here, and he's going to take a quick death to try to handle that.
Yeah, but thank goodness he doesn't have to do that stage, because that stage.
And he's going a different direction, if you notice. MaCobra went up and left. Proa is checked to the right. So again, we're just navigating
route
things
divergence.
Here. MaCobra's going for this.
Oh no! MaCobra going for the. Is that?
742, and we got the super tank here for
MaCobra.
Vanilla, so.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's not in its normal screen at least.
Right.
So
Yeah.
French. It's a French vanilla.
French vanilla. We'll take it. Shot of espresso.
So this could make the decision here. I mean, they both have hit different forts and taken their different paths. If either one of these paths leads to the final screen, we'll have to find out whether or not. We'll find out whether what happens. Oh boy, this is a little dangerous. I mean, it's not. This is not a bad screen to be small on because you have to make it under these very tiny gaps. But
just gotta be very careful.
Oh, MaCobra
wow.
had the. We're gonna have to go for a fire kill though, which is interesting because I feel like for fire kill you usually go top. Got the
nice clip.
Nice swag clip there to get through. And vanilla fire there is allowing you to make the climb here much quicker than normal. And we'll see, will MaCobra take the top path or the bottom path? He's been taking the bottom path lately, but you know, and there we go. We're going to be seeing him take the bottom path here as well.
He's feeling pretty consistent with the bottom path since the new update. So yeah, I don't blame him for sticking with it. Okay.
Let's see how this turns out here. There's like 5 statues potentially can shoot fire here. There's 1 fire laser, 2 laser statues. He's not going back. He's, you know, you could potentially go back. Oh, and he got lucky on the fire. He just got 1 fireball there. So coming in here against Bowser, going to need Bowser to stomp the ground about 5 times to successfully get through here. So MaCobra's just going to hang out here while Proa clears the 8 fort, trying to get that orb. Time is running out here. It came down to the choice of path there, Nate. It just came down to MaCobra took that right turn at Albuquerque, or left turn, I guess, in his case, but that's what did it. So MaCobra just 2 jumps away here. It's going to get Bowser to fall through the floor and plummet to his doom. Proa here coming back through the pipes, going for that final last gasp, but MaCobra has defeated Bowser. So ladies and gentlemen, let's get your GGs together in chat for MaCobra, who is successfully fended off Proa here, successfully fended off the entire tournament, fought back from the bonus bracket, and has become your champion. Congratulations to MaCobra taking the 2019 SMB3 our tourney.
GG MaCobra. Not only is he the victor of this tournament, but he was also the champion of our earlier tournament this year. So he's 2 for 2 this year, man. Yeah. He's killing it.
Yeah, these are 2 of the top runners in SMB3 Randomizer. I mean, there's a ton of people in the community. It's an awesome community to be with. But you know, this is the cream of the crop here that you've gotten to see here today. You've seen the 2 best runners here. You've seen 2, you know, them fighting, and they'll be earning their lovely trophies as for rewards for their amazing efforts here. So it's absolutely incredible. It's been a treasure getting to watch these matches, and
this is honestly the best set of races I've ever seen. Like,
absolutely,
this was astoundingly awesome.
Yeah, if you're just watching the tiebreak and you didn't see for some reason the best of 3 that led to this, go back and watch that. Those matches were incredible.
Absolutely incredible.
But absolutely, this has been a fantastic tournament here at SGLive. We've had a ton of great matches, and as I said, just the play that we've been seeing through this all is amazing. So again, congratulations to MaCobra, congratulations to Proa taking 2nd place there. That was an incredibly hard-fought series of fights there. And as I said, we're enjoying this. Hopefully looking forward to seeing more SMB3R action, potentially in SGLive next year.
I think so. I think it's got a good outlook to be here next year. I'll be here next year for it, so that's a guarantee.
Yeah, so as I said, if you like this, make sure to let the organizers and stuff know, so that way next year maybe we'll even see it again.
Absolutely. And you can still donate for the rest of the donation, or the marathon going on towards towards the marathon. So absolutely.
So again, thank you again, Diesel, for calling this with me. This was a pleasure to watch
this
match.
Fred,
It was
thank you very much.
Absolutely. Appreciate it. And again, stay tuned for more fun speed gaming action.